Hi, I'm Tom from Show Me Coasters. I'm Drake. I'm also known as Gateway Gamer. I'm T.
I'm Carlos.
From Show Me Coasters.
Hi folks, this is T from Show Me Coaster. Welcome to the roller coaster capital of the world, Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio. Cedar Point is located between Toledo and Cleveland, exactly 63 miles from both cities. Opened in 1870, it is the second oldest amusement park in the U.S. It is second only to lake compounds in Bristol and Southington, Connecticut. Cedar Point is the flagship park of Cedar Fair Entertainment. Annually, it receives about 3 to 3.5 million visitors per year. The operating season is relatively short for obvious reason. It's too cold. From May to the end of October.
Folks, this is the Gatekeeper. It's a wing coaster. This is one of the most recognizable front entrances in the world. The Gatekeeper going through the keyhole. Opened in 2013, it was the tallest, fastest, and longest wing coaster in the world. It also held the record for wing over drop height of 170 feet and has 6 inversions. It is built over the spot where Disaster Transport and Space Spiral used to be. Let's go inside and explore the park. I just look at this while we're here.
Folks, we are in the park, in the main midway of Cedar Point. The carousel ahead of us is the oldest ride in the park. I'm going to get you closer and see the carousel. This is the Daniel Moeller Carousel, built in 1912. It was moved to Cedar Point in 1946. It is the oldest ride at Cedar Point. The station for the Skyway bucket that spans the whole length of the Midway section all the way down by Corkscrew and Top Thrill Dragster. That right there is the Sky Ride. It was added to the park in 1962. The bucket you ride in is from an old Cedar Point ride called Frontier Lift. So when that ride was torn down, they saved this for the Sky Ride. Hey Tom, remember this session? Take a picture of here when we talk about the slide. When it opened in 1994, it held the record as the tallest, fastest, and longest. It also has 6 inversion and was the first inverted coaster to include a cobra roll. Now I'm going to walk you to Blue Streak, the park's first roller coaster. The main midway of the park contains a lot of shops and restaurants and souvenirs and games, carnival games. So I'll walk you toward Valraven and show you Blue Streak. So folks, I'm going to walk toward Valraven, but not quite there. I'm going to turn left right here and show you Blue Streak.
Blue Streak is the park's oldest operating coaster. It was built in 1964 by Philadelphia Toboggan Company.
Folks, this is Valraven, the park's dive coaster. It opened in 2016 and broke 6 records. It is the tallest, fastest, and longest dive coaster in the world. Folks, we are leaving Valraven and heading back to the main midway. And I'm going to turn left toward Millennium Force and Rougarou. We are at the other station of the Skyway. Coming on to Corkscrew and Iron Dragon, I'm going to turn left down to Millenium Midway and show you this section. Millenium Midway has two coasters, Millennium Force and Rougarou. I'll elaborate on when I get to the rides. Some free concerts, and they're preparing for the 4th of July celebration tonight. This is Iron Dragon. It was opened in 1987, built by Aerodynamic. It's a park suspended inverted coaster with a gondola. Folks, there's very few of these left. In my head, there's only 3 I know of that it still exists. Ninja in Magic Mountain and the Bat at Kings Island. I know there's probably more, but I haven't made my round around the country yet. Folks, this is Rougarou. It was converted in 2015. Before that, it was Mantis. It was a park stand-up coaster. When it opened as Mantis, it held the record as the tallest, fastest, and longest stand-up coaster. I usually don't like conversion, but this one is actually a pretty good conversion from a stand-up to floorless. This is Millennium Force, the park's Giga Coaster. It was the first 300-foot coaster in the world. When it was built in 2000, it won Best Golden Ticket and has won Best Ride 10 times until it was beat by Fury 325 in Carowinds in North Carolina.
Hey folks, we're getting ready to leave the Millenium Midway section. We're heading into the Frontier Trail section of the park, which is the beginning of the Old West Pioneer section of the park. There's several saloons and stores and restaurants over in this section, along with the petting zoo. And we'll see all that stuff in just a few minutes. No, where I was good. So folks, here in the Frontier Town section of the park, they've removed or reconstructed original cabins that were built in the area.
From the old days of
the old days, back in before the turn of the century.
Yeah, the Sandusky forts.
So,
kind of remind me of Silver Dollar City.
Yeah, it does a lot remind you of Silver Dollar City. It has very much that feel to it.
Also, on a hot day like today, this area is pretty shade.
Yep.
That the rest of the Cedar Point can be
extremely
jungle.
hot. Yes.
Be hot.
Fort Sandusky, a few little shops in there, not open right now.
Animals.
So they do have a small petting zoo here, just like at Kings Island. Right now, the only thing that's out are a couple of ostriches, or they could be emus. It could be that it's too hot for the animals to be out. So. It's the Sky Coaster. So this is the Frontier Fling, which is the park sky coaster. It's an additional cost attraction.
It's just like a bungee cord thing.
Yeah, it's just like the sky coasters at all the other parks.
A lot of stables in amusement park these days.
Here's some of the few animals that they have here. Some donkeys, alpacas. It could be llamas. Maybe a couple of small horses as well. So here we are at the Thunder Canyon, which is the park's whitewater rapids ride. This one's one of the larger ones that I've seen. So this part of the park has two water rides. It has the Thunder Canyon, and then it also has their Shoot the Chutes, which is the, what's it called?
The Snake River Falls.
The Snake River Falls.
And that
see
big
that just
over there. Metal structure. Folks, that metal structure back there from the distance is Skyhawk, built in 2006. It's the park's Scream and Swing ride, similar to the Barn Swing in Silver Dollar City.
So this is the Shoot the Chutes ride called Snake River Falls. We'll see them come down the chute here in just a second. There it is. So folks, now we're heading into the Frontier Town section. This section has several roller coasters, including Maverick.
Still Vengeance, and I think Cedar Creek
Mine Train, yeah. So we'll show you those in just a second.
Like other section, this has a lot of shops and souvenirs and stores and restaurants for families. Folks, this is Maverick, the park's LSM magnetic ride. And LSM magnetic ride is a ride that synchronizes a ride. The coaster does not shoot off until another coaster is at a certain position on the path. The difference between this and the LIM is that LIM doesn't have to wait for another coaster to reach a certain point before it launches the coaster.
I got it.
Just left Maverick and heading to the new ride, Steel Vengeance, the park's hyper hybrid. Folks, this is the park's newest ride, opened this May. This is Steel Vengeance, formerly known as Main Street. This coaster is a hyper hybrid, a new class of coaster. That means it's a hybrid coaster that is over 200 feet tall. So I'll show you a little bit when it comes up on this lip hill. Folks, that from a distance is the Cedar Point train ride. It's actually on the smaller side. The trip lasts only about 15 minutes. It runs from Millenium Midway section to the Frontier and back. We're leaving Steel Vengeance and heading to the Cedar Creek Mine train. I'll talk to you, elaborate on that ride when we get there. That is Cedar Creek Mine Ride, built in 1969. It's an aerodynamic. It's a hybrid steel track with wooden frame. when it was opened, is probably the one of the top advancement in technology. In today's standard in this park, where everything's 200, 300, 400 feet, it's considered one of the children's kiddie ride. We're leaving Frontier Town section and heading into the Gemini Midway, across the train track here into the Gemini. Folks, this is the Slingshot, the extra fee activity. The first flat ride we came to in the Gemini section of the park. The Gemini is the park's hybrid with wooden structure with metal frame. It was built in 1978 by Aerodynamic. Actually, Ron Toomer designed this ride. It's
Also a racing coaster.
It's a dueling racing coaster. So it's a pretty good ride. Folks, this is Camp Snoopy, the park's kids section. For children's privacy, we're going to walk quickly through this section and show you the two coasters that's in this section. Folks, this is Woodstock Express, the kids' junior coaster built in 1999. It's actually, not a bad ride for the little ones.
So, folks, this is Wilderness Run. This roller coaster was built in 1979 by Intamin. This is the first roller coaster that they ever built. It's hard to believe that from such humble beginnings that they would grow into the giant in the roller coaster industry that they are. So now we're back at the Gemini Midway. We're going to be heading around the corner here to the right, where we'll see some more of the flat rides. So folks, this is Pipe Scream. Cedar Fair likes to count this as a coaster. It's a Zamperla disco ride. We don't necessarily count it as a coaster itself. Built in 2014, and they count this as their 18th coaster. So, Cedar Point's one of the few parks that still has Dinosaurs Alive exhibit here at the park.
Folks, this is Magnum XL. 2000, built in 1989. This is the coaster that started the Coaster War. It was the first coaster to reach 200 feet. It was designed by Ron Toomer of Aerodynamic. So you see all these coasters reaching 400, 500, 600 feet. This is the culprit that's responsible for it.
Hey folks, this is Top Thrill Dragster, built in 2003. This is the first strata coaster ever built at 420 feet. And it goes 120 miles an hour. Folks, this is Corkscrew, built in 1976 by Aerodynamics. This is the first coaster to span the Midway, and we'll show you what we mean here in just a minute. So now we're heading out of the Gemini Midway section, and we're heading into the Lakeside Midway section of the park.
We're leaving the main Midway and heading to the Lakeside Midway. Folks, from a distance, that is the Mondale Windseeker. It's one of my favorite flat rides. The difference with the Mondale and the Starflyer, these have built-in stereo in the seat while you're riding it. This is Windseeker, the park's Mondale Giant Swing. It's one of the best. They play music while you're riding the thing, unlike the Skyscreamer, the Starflyer of Six Flags. Folks, folks, this is Wicked Twister, built in 2002 by Intamin. This ride still holds the record as the tallest and fastest inverted steel coaster. The station's the gatekeeper. Gatekeeper was the first ride we talk about, so we have come to the end of our tour. I'll walk you to the front and close out the video and say goodbye to you folks.
Folks, this is Tom from Cont Coasters. Thanks for joining us today on our tour of Cedar Point, the roller coaster capital of the world. It is July 4th, 2018. We hope you have a happy holiday, a safe holiday, and from all of us at Cont Coasters, have a great night.
Happy Independence Day.